Okay, guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the greatest two-sport athletes in the history of two-sport athletes, and that is Bo Jackson. Bo had a career in baseball and a career in football, obviously. Now, Bo was the 1985 Heisman Trophy winner at the University of Auburn University, and he actually also played college baseball, but did not play his senior year because he felt it was sabotage with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when he took a visit to their training facility, and they did not report it to the NCAA. So he lost his senior year of eligibility in baseball. Now, during the time he played for Auburn, the football team, he ran for 4,300 yards. He averaged 6.6 yards a carry, which is insane. That's a lot of yards per carry now. He was such a dominant athlete, not only in college, but also in high school. He had the Alabama state records for the indoor high jump and the triple jump. And he was so dominant in the decathlon in the state track in Alabama that he didn't bother competing in the distance events because he didn't like the long distance running, and he still won the events. He had that big of a point lead. He was so dominant, and that says a lot because there's a lot of great athletes that come out of Alabama. Of course, we all know that. And also, he was the '85 Heisman Trophy winner, as I said. It was a tight award, actually a tight voting. Because University of Iowa quarterback Chuck Long had a great season that year as well. Finished with 4,600 all-purpose yards, 45 touchdowns, and like I said, the 6.6 per carry average at Auburn. Now, when he actually competed in college track as well. I think he had a 4.140, which is pretty insane. His best 100-meter time in high school was 10.4, but he ran a 10.39 at Auburn. He also ran the 100-yard dash in 9.5. So, I mean, he was just a great all-around athlete, just an incredible athlete. And here it is going into the 86 NFL draft. He ran a 4.12 40-yard dash. So that's hard timed. So I don't know if that makes a difference. It might be in his favor on the hard time because they didn't electronically start timing athletes until 1990. Now, in baseball, he was selected first in the 1986 draft by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was the NFL draft, excuse me. But he didn't want to play for them, so he decided he was going to go play baseball. And he said there's no way he's playing for Tampa Bay because he felt that they sabotaged his college baseball career. His senior year, I should say. And as a result, he actually, of course, ended up with the Raiders, where Al Davis was a fan of his. Now, Al Davis also decided that he was going to let Jackson play baseball if he wanted to. And he negotiated a contract that gave Jackson that ability to play baseball. He played into the 8th week or so of the NFL season, and then he could come to the NFL and during the 8th week and play football. So after the baseball season was over, had 4 years with the Raiders. Decent years. I mean, he never rushed for 1,000 yards in any season, but he didn't actually play any entire season either. I mean, you're talking only the maximum game he played. Number of games was 11, so average 5.5 yards a carry. So pretty damn good. And then again, a lot of people know that his career in football was pretty much ended by a hip injury. He dislocated his hip and developed a condition known as avascular necrosis, where that's where you lose blood flow to the part of the hip, and then it kind of dies. And then he also lost all the cartilage supporting the hip, so that he had to retire from football. And of course, the Royals cut him as well. So that was kind of a bad deal. It really through a loop in his entire career. He tried to come back with the Chicago White Sox, and he did for a while, and then I think with the Angels as well, but 94 was the last year in any kind of sports as far as professional goes. Now, Bo, again, was quite the physical specimen. He was about 6'1", 230, 240, and all of us, remember what a freak, this guy was. The big thing about Bo, you remember people he ran over Brian Bosworth going into the end zone against the Raiders, but I don't know, it was a little exaggerated, but still, Bosworth was bragging about how they were going to stop him, and pretty much just ran Bosworth right over, and he had a hell of a game. I think he had like 220 yards that night, 2 touchdowns. So that kind of cemented him as one of the great players in the NFL. That was, I believe, in 86. Yep. And actually, 87, what it looks like. But so it was quite a deal. Beginning, that kind of started the Bo Diddley marketing campaign. Now, this is pretty cool, man. Hopefully, I can get this commercial going here. But this is.
Bo knows baseball. Bo knows football. Bo knows basketball, too. Bo knows tennis.
Bo knows running.
No.
Bo knows cycling.
Bo knows weights. Bo, you don't know diddly.
Yeah, so there you have it. Pretty cool, the Bo Diddley commercials. Pretty funny stuff. That was kind of, before Michael Jordan really got huge. So Bo was kind of Nike's big athlete. And you can see Michael in that commercial along with a couple other athletes from the day. Pretty fun stuff there. He actually came back and did a commercial for Kia with Brian Bosworth. So those two seem to get along. They seem to be friends. The bosses fell on some hard times for a while there too, but got together to do a commercial. And Bo actually these days, I think he works actually for the White Sox, I believe, and he's been on TV, lots of different kind of things. So he's been making some rounds. I thought he was like a bass fisherman for a while too. So pretty crazy stuff. But if you ever get bored, just read about the things that Bo Jackson did and things that he accomplished. He's, right now he actually talks about he would have never played football if he would have known about the risks, and he doesn't want his kids to ever play football, which, whatever, I guess. But, the story of Bo Jackson, there's a lot more to it, obviously, but nevertheless, pretty interesting guy, amazing athlete. His career was cut short.